it's just something that now we look at 2011 and we really put ourselves in a position that we will win and we will be successful going forward. So, next slide. A couple things, I'm not going to read all of these, but these are just some different reputable sources that have given some information on U.S. Bank and really how they feel about U.S. Bank. So a couple that really stick out to me, and you may find some of these on your word find, are Most Respected, Most Admired Company by Fortune Magazine. One of my favorites on the bottom left, #1 Most Trusted Bank for Consumer Privacy. This is 4 years running, so I know that's something from a bank perspective that's very, very important to our customers, and that's something that we really hold strongly to do. Safest Bank. Patriot Award, that one's exciting as well. We have one of our Hive executives, he was actually in the Air Force, and so it's really important to him as well as the rest of the company that we really take care of the people who have served our country. And then I guess I'll say my personal favorite on the bottom right, Top Banking Team, 25 Most Powerful Women in Banking Team. So for me, this company is a good company and promotes women at very high levels within the company. And for several years running, we've been the top banking team named by U.S. Banker Magazine. A couple of quotes that I added. There's been some recent articles in the Star Tribune and the Twin Cities Business Magazine that I've been asked about during open networking. People have asked me about these articles that are out, and so I just wanted to touch on them a little bit. It kind of talks about our strategy as U.S. Bank and what my position does. So 40% of my week is actually spent outside of the office, meeting with small business owners, meeting with prospective clients, trying to bring them into the bank. So, as far as referrals go, there really is not a bad referral for me. I get out, I get in front of every type of industry, and I work with them to try to bring their business to U.S. Bank. A couple of the articles, Roger Casper is a branch manager in Bloomington, Maine, and a good friend of mine. In the article, he quoted, "You can't just sit back in the branch and wait for small business to pick up the phone. You have to go out and get it." So it's just something that we really hold ourselves to when we try to get out as much as possible to bring the business in. And then throughout the financial crisis, we have not stopped lending, and we have not stopped growing the way we approach it. So it's amazing how often we go out on a business call and we hear customers ask us, are you guys lending? I hear the banks aren't lending, and that's definitely not the case. The last 4 years, we've been the #1 SBA lender in the state. So it's definitely something that we've continued to do and do strong. Great customers for me to look at. Like I said, there's not necessarily a bad customer that you could send me, but I did want to point out some that I've recently gotten in front of that have turned out to be really successful appointments. And I apologize, these kind of meshed together. My original presentation looked really good. Top one is dentists. Veterinarians are also really good. We have a practice finance group that specifically tailors to their industry, so it really allows us to be very successful and professional right in front of them as far as the products and services they need. Manufacturers and machine shops, we also have a division that helps us deal with those particular industry types. And then quilt shop, I put that specifically on there. My absolute #1 business client that I met in Q1 was a quilt shop out in St. Cloud, Minnesota. And this lady's the very top of her industry as far as quilt shops go. So we closed $1 million deal for her. We got her commercial real estate refinanced, and going forward, she was extremely happy with what she experienced with U.S. Bank. So, we do have some restricted industries that are just, based on what the economy's done, that's really hard for us to always be able to do something for. Agriculture, we're just not a bank that's into working with agriculture. There are banks out there that do that. We're not one of those banks. It's just not our area of expertise. We choose to stay out of it. It's just not something that we've ever been involved with. Restaurants, hotels, C-stores, those are all industries that have really been hit hard. They're just really unpredictable right now over the last few years as far as how they're able to perform long term, and that's something that we have to look at. And then unfortunately, it makes me very sad, but we cannot do financing for golf courses. So, and I actually did have a customer come in last week and ask if I could help him finance a golf course in northern Minnesota. So I had to turn him down and say no. But so really, that's about it. There's not necessarily a bad referral. I'm happy to get in front of anybody. We talked a little bit last week. I know Janet brought it up as far as a warm referral. I don't need a warm referral. I need basically a name and a face, and I can go in and shake their hand and introduce myself. I'm happy to do that. I do that every week. So that's really what we do at U.S. Bank. That's what I do with my week. So that's all I got. Has anyone done with their crossword